looking composed, and looking every part of the unified world light heavyweight champion.
Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev came face-to-face ahead of their highly anticipated fight. What was supposed to be a calm press conference quickly turned into chaos when Bivol suddenly punched Beterbiev in the face, leaving him bloodied and on the floor. Tensions boiled over when Bivol couldn't stand Beterbiev's taunt, where he boldly declared he would knock Bivol's teeth out. What started as a war of words turned into a physical altercation.
And after that, he was difficult to match, but you knew that he couldn't to play out, and then once it had, there was no holding him back. He had that amazing fight with Gvozdyk.
The face-off between Bivol and Beterbiev became so chaotic that people are wondering if their fight on October 12th might get canceled. Beterbiev was left injured after Bivol's punch, and many are asking how an injured fighter can go up against someone who is fully healthy. It wouldn't be a fair match, would it? Fans are already talking about how Bivol now has an advantage. Beterbiev, on the other hand, would need to heal before stepping into the ring. If the fight goes ahead as planned, it could feel like a mismatch, with Bivol having the upper hand. Some are even saying that the match could become a handicap in favor of Bivol. With one fighter possibly not at his best, the outcome might not feel satisfying to the fans who want to see a fair contest. Even if Beterbiev wasn't injured, Chris Algieri, a well-known boxer, thinks that this fight is going to Bivol. Algieri, who is also a former kickboxer, believes Bivol has what it takes to win the match. He says that Bivol's strength and skill might be too much for Beterbiev to handle in their upcoming fight. Algieri even predicts that Bivol could knock Beterbiev down during the fight. He feels confident that Bivol's power will show in their showdown. According to Algieri, it's just a matter of time before Bivol lands the right punches to take Beterbiev down. That could be true, and it might happen, but it's hard to see Bivol knocking down someone like Beterbiev. After all, Beterbiev is the IBF, WBC, and WBO champion. And Bivol didn't manage to knock down fighters like Lyndon Arthur, Gilberto Ramirez, Canelo Alvarez, Craig Richards, or Joe Smith in the past. Bivol is definitely strong and skilled, but some people think he might not have enough power to bring down Beterbiev. Now, let me just say this. If Bivol couldn't knock down those other fighters, it's hard to think he'll be able to drop Beterbiev. Beterbiev is strong and tough, and it doesn't seem likely that Bivol will suddenly have enough power to bring him down. Even though Bivol is a great fighter, he might not have the strength needed to knock Beterbiev off his feet. Well, let's give it to Bivol too. He is also smart, and he knows that trying to stand in front of Beterbiev and throw heavy punches could be dangerous. But if he tries to go toe-to-toe with Beterbiev, there's a big chance he could get hit hard in return. That's why Bivol usually fights with a hit-and-run style, where he moves a lot and doesn't stay still for too long. Don't be surprised if Bivol catches Beterbiev square at some point during this fight, which should blow everyone's mind, because you're looking at a boxer putting the puncher down on the mat, said Chris Algieri. When Algieri was interviewed, he told the media that he believes he has the right skills to defeat Beterbiev. His style of fighting is exactly what's needed to shut Beterbiev down. He explained that his techniques are sharp and quick, which will make it hard for Beterbiev to keep up with him during the fight. Bivol's strategy will be all about staying smart and moving fast. His speed and precision will be enough to give him the upper hand. He plans to use his footwork and accurate punches to keep Beterbiev from landing those dangerous shots. This might be the key to Beterbiev's weakness, something that Bivol is confident he can exploit.
Absolutely. I know out there in Saudi they had the whole Beterbiev and Bivol face-off recently.
Love that fight.
That to me is like a true 50-50. I don't really say that about many fights, but how do you see that one? You know?
I got Bivol. I think his style is so difficult to deal with. He doesn't get hit much. And listen, the more time passes, the older Beterbiev gets.
Yeah.
I think he's 40 now, or he's 39. I think
he's pushing 39, 40, something
yeah,
like that.
He's my age. I don't know. I mean, I know he lives a very clean lifestyle. He stays in the gym, but he just got a bad jaw infection that could affect him too. And just Bivol, man, I think Bivol's just one of those guys. He's stylistically, he's a nightmare.
Okay.
Now, what makes Algieri's opinion even more convincing is that people have seen Beterbiev hit the canvas before. It's not like Beterbiev is invincible. He has been knocked down, and that shows he can be vulnerable in the ring. On the other hand, Bivol has shown his strength in taking down opponents with unexpected knockdowns. He knows how to wear his opponents down and strike when it counts. Algieri strongly believes that if Beterbiev has been knocked down in the past, it can definitely happen again. He feels that Bivol has the skills and power to make it happen this time. According to Algieri, Bivol has the tools to take advantage of Beterbiev's weaknesses and put him on the mat once more. We've seen Beterbiev down before. We've seen Bivol score some really good knockdowns and knockouts. So, it wouldn't be that foreign to see that situation happen, said Algieri. On a serious note, Algieri is speaking some real facts, but there's more to the story. He didn't mention that the only real knockdown Beterbiev has had was against Callum Johnson back in 2018. And guess what? It wasn't even a bad knockdown. Beterbiev got right back up and knocked Johnson out in the very next round. Earlier in Beterbiev's career, he was also dropped by Jeff Page Jr., but that was just a flash knockdown. It wasn't a serious fall, and Beterbiev quickly recovered from it. He didn't stay down for long and came back stronger. Beterbiev is a very good boxer with a very deep amateur background, and we've been seeing his skill set showing up more recently as he's gotten older. I'm not sure if that's because he's not as ferocious as he used to be. He has to be smarter and more deceptive on his way in. Even though Algieri acknowledges that Beterbiev is a skilled boxer, he still believes Beterbiev will fall short against Bivol. Algieri feels this way because Beterbiev's true fighting style has only been revealed recently, instead of being showcased earlier in his career. This late discovery, according to Algieri, may leave Beterbiev at a disadvantage when facing someone like Bivol, who has been consistent with his skills throughout. But other pros are not agreeing with Algieri. Beterbiev has faced tougher opponents with bigger punches in recent years than he did earlier in his career, forcing him to be more defensively aware. If he had fought fighters like Callum Smith and Anthony Yarde earlier on, he would have likely been more careful when attacking them. While this critique from Algieri may seem harsh, Tim Bradley also offers a pointed comment about Bivol. He argues that Bivol is not a powerful puncher and lacks the skills needed to become one. This criticism raises questions about whether Bivol can effectively compete against a fighter like Beterbiev, who has faced strong opponents throughout his career. Bradley says Bivol could be a better puncher if he weren't so focused on his in-and-out style. He's always thinking of his exit strategy and is unwilling to stand flat-footed to load up on his shots the way power punchers do. Perhaps one reason for that is that Bivol has been hurt in the past, and he doesn't want to take the chance of getting tagged hard. Bradley believes that Bivol could become a more effective puncher if he didn't concentrate so much on his in-and-out style. He often focuses on his escape plan and hesitates to stand flat-footed, to really put power behind his shots, like many knockout artists do. Well, we can't blame him. This might stem from Bivol's past experiences of getting hurt in the ring, making him wary of the risk of taking a heavy hit. Bradley, however, is not biased when it comes to the winner of the fight. Tough fight. I'm going to say 50-50, said Bradley. I've always favored Bivol, but he'll have to fight a perfect fight to keep Beterbiev off of him. Now, with the press conference spiraling into chaos, will the fight still go on? If it does happen, who do you think will come out on top? Share your thoughts in the comments below.